Hi Aquarius, welcome to your love and relationship reading for the month of October. For those of you who are just now tuning in, these are generalized readings, so not everything in the reading may pertain to you. I am available to answer any questions as well as to do private readings and can be reached at mantraflowtarot@gmail.com. So the first card in the spread is the Death card, and this area represents where you are now. So we have the Death card, the Hermit, and the Temperance. So, this indicates, a transition period that you've been going into, a fresh start. And this would probably entail a lot of introspection and reflection and doing a lot of internal work. This was a much needed transition for you. This is almost like the calm after the storm. You're finally finding an element of peace within, and a feeling almost as if, I can finally breathe, so to speak. Now, the foundation of this situation is the Magician, which represents, moving forward, but things not, necessarily working out. However, an acknowledgement that essentially, you have control over your life and you can take it in any direction that you want. However, there was a situation that happened in the recent past, in regards to the Tower. This situation really shook the foundation, of yourself, your being, your life, and you had to evaluate, what's working and what's not. And really, essentially this didn't leave you much choice. This was something that had to be done. So the next card is your aspirations, and it is the Two of Pentacles. This is a balancing act, balancing different aspects of your life, but also feeling like, at any minute things could fall apart. And I think that this feeling, that you're dealing with has to do with the Tower and the feeling, of things falling apart, and being ready for them. This is you being able to adapt to change, you handling change with grace, and also, an element of fear of change, probably. Now, in the environment of the future, we have the Queen of Cups. This would indicate that there's a possible water sign that's coming into your life, and this is going to be a passionate love affair. We do have the Lovers card, which indicates the outcome. So we have this soulmate, twin flame, type connection moving forward. But, there's also an element of choice that's being presented here. The choice to walk alone or the choice to be with somebody. And one of the things I love about the Lovers card is that it's like challenging you to make this decision. What are you going to do? So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and pull the Moon card. I trust the change unfolding in my life. This has to do with, the current space that you're in, this peace, this calm, this fresh beginning that you're dealing with, and, rebounding, or not rebounding, but recovering and doing this inner work and transformation in response to, the Tower card and moving into this positive light. I trust the change unfolding into my life. That's pretty incredible. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and move into a reading for my couples. All right, the cards say that is enough. Okay, so the first card in the spread is the Ten of Cups, and this represents where you are now in regards to this relationship. And this could even signify that this is a relationship that's been going on for quite some time, you know, a long time. This has to do with, you know, being in this solid space in your life and feeling very, you know, comfortable, you know, within this relationship. And sometimes when we get to this point, you know, and getting so comfortable that we start to get almost neglectful of each other. Now we do have the Princess of the Princess of Pentacles, which represents where we are now in regards to this relationship, and this could indicate, you know, maybe wanting to take a different approach, maybe taking a step back in regards to this relationship and being open to different avenues, you know, maybe even spicing this relationship up. Because I think that, you know, again, when you've been with somebody so long and you get to the point where you feel comfortable, you get lax, you know, so to speak, in the relationship and as a partner. Now, we do have the Two of Swords, which indicates where you are or where you're hoping to take this relationship. And I think that, you know, within this relationship, you guys are going through a transition. And I think that this has to do with, again, I get the feeling that this is you know, a long-standing relationship. And in regards to the Two of Swords, you know, this can indicate certain walls that are up. You maybe a quickness to be defensive without even realizing, you know, what, excuse me, what we're being defensive about, you know, or yeah, just a general understanding of why or what's happening. And this could be because of certain issues that we have ignored and haven't processed, you know, throughout our life experience, you know, and or throughout this relationship. We do have the Four of Pentacles, which indicates, you know, what your partner is bringing into this relationship. And so this could be a tendency to maybe turn within, you know, to be closed off, you know, to be hard to read at times, which is difficult, you know, when you're in a relationship with somebody like this. And I think that, you know, a combination of the Two of Swords and the Four of Pentacles, you know, walls, closed offness, you know, in regards to both of you is a bad match. We do have the Knight of Cups, which signifies, you know, where your partner's at in regards to this relationship. And, you know, this could signify that this person likes to have all of his or her ducks in a row, so to speak, and could be very conservative, you know, with their feelings. And sometimes it's hard to, again, this goes into being hard to read and not knowing where you stand, and, you know, dealing with this type of energy, you know, ignites certain insecurities that we have. Now, where your partner is wanting to take this relationship is the Nine of Wands, and this has to do with acknowledging that it's going to take a lot of work to rebuild this relationship. However, you know, there's also an acknowledgement that there's light at the end of the tunnel, okay? How you see your partner is the Nine of Cups. So this is hopeful. You know, you want to rebuild this relationship, you know, reconnect, you know, be together, you know, the way you were in the past. Now, the way that your partner sees you is the Death card. And this signifies a transition. You know, maybe you've gone through some changes. But this could also touch on, you know, a transition of this relationship and rebirth, you know, rebuilding, you know, touching on the Nine of Wands. Now, the outcome is the Hermit. And I think that, you know, this touches on really what could happen if we don't address the issues in regards to the Two of Swords and the Four of Pentacles, you know, this closed offness. You know, if we don't have an honest conversation, lay all of our cards on the table, so to speak, and have a very raw talk with our partner, that things will continue to be held within. and you won't know where you stand with one another. And these walls will, essentially become thicker and grow further apart. So if this situation isn't happening, I see you guys going your own path. So with that said, I'd like to pull a moon card. I have unlimited potential and claim my purpose. All I need is within me. This is an acknowledgement of you having the power, an acknowledgement of you taking the driver's seat of the situation and making it into what you want. And you could very easily turn this relationship around so that it can become, thriving again and moving forward. You just have to take action and seize it. So with that said, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to email me at mantraflowtarot@gmail.com. Thanks, you guys.